The Panthers have a problem. The Panthers have a problem. The Colts have a problem. The Colts have a problem. Panthers and Colts, they both have a problem. The Panthers don't have that kind of a culture where you can draft a player and develop a player and have him sit behind a veteran. So they threw Bryce Young straight into the fire, hoping that, he's the first overall pick. He came from a highly touted program in Alabama and he would do some things. But that wasn't the case for Bryce Young. He came in, he had issues. He had issues, and those issues are spilled over into the field. Bryce Young had such a terrible sophomore year that they had to bench him. And whose fault is that? I believe it's the organization's fault. You draft a player, you have to develop a player. You have to put him in a position to succeed. You have to get parts around him. You have to get receivers. You have to get an offensive line. You have to get a defensive line. You have to get a coach that would work with them. The Panthers didn't do any of that. They just were like, okay, we drafted you first overall, Bryce Young. Go ahead, go do your thing. Then they brought Andy Dalton to back him up. Andy Dalton is capable, but Andy Dalton was backing up Bryce Young, the rookie. It should have been the other way around. Start Andy Dalton, let Bryce Young get his feet underneath him, let Bryce Young learn how the system works, let Bryce Young sit for a year or two, and then develop, and then eventually throw him into the fire and see how he does. The NFL is trying to do this one size fits all. One size does not fit all. Some players could come into the league and immediately take off, a la C.J. Stroud, a la Jaden Daniels. That's possible. Or a la Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is the original. He comes in, doesn't matter the situation, he takes your team to the next level. But Bryce Young is not that kind of a player. The NFL teams and cultures need to stop treating players as if one size fits all. One size does not fit all. Anthony Edwards also. Anthony Edwards, not Anthony Edwards. Anthony Richards was put in the same position. Anthony Richardson should not have been put in this position. He comes in, they start him right away. He had like 1 year of college starts, and you think that's enough to come into the NFL and make it. You drafted him based upon his potential, but give him an opportunity to develop. And all of a sudden, last week or so, he said, the week before, he says, I pulled myself out because I was tired. He's going to be tired because he can't throw a good ball. He's a running quarterback, and running quarterbacks get tired all the time. It's just they don't complain. In Anthony Richardson's case, he complained, and they're like, oh, we're going to bench you for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is good, but not good enough. He's not going to make the Colts any better moving forward because once coaches learn him, they're gonna put clamps down on them and shut him down. So keep that in mind. Anthony Richardson should not have started his NFL career, should not have been a starter. He should have at least been given an opportunity to sit back and wait for at least 2 years before he started so he can get his NFL legs underneath him, and they didn't give him that opportunity. So Shane Steichen, the Colts organization, David Tepper, the Panthers organization, you guys did terrible by these quarterbacks. You didn't give them the opportunity to develop. You just sent them out there and say, go develop and let's sell tickets. I know it's a business, but if you want your business to succeed, you got to do like the Packers have done. It's not one size fits all. The Packers let Jordan Love cook behind Aaron Rodgers. They let him sit and learn. You need to give some of these quarterbacks an opportunity to sit and cook. When I say an opportunity to sit and cook, they need to learn the system. They need to get up to speed in the NFL. Yes, they were drafted number 1 overall, or they were drafted top 4. They were drafted in the first round. You expect them to come in right away and start. It doesn't always work out that way. Some of these guys need the time to develop, and you didn't let these guys develop. Anthony Richardson didn't develop as well as he should. Now he's benched, and his future's in jeopardy. Bryce Young did not sit down and develop. And now his future is in jeopardy as well. Yes, he's won some games, but you guys in the NFL, you have to do better. Teams in the NFL, you have to build a better culture. You have to put your players in a position to succeed. Give them the opportunity to succeed and see where they go from there. If you've given them the opportunity and they don't succeed, then you know for sure they don't belong here. On to the next. That's my 2 cents. Happy Saturday. Follow the page, like, share.